What if I told you that the entire fate of the world, our world, was decided in complete secret, in labs that didn't exist on any map, and in cities that were built to be invisible? We're about to open a file that was never supposed to be seen, a story that begins with one single, terrifying idea. Just think about that. A race where the finish line isn't a trophy, but a weapon so powerful its own creators were afraid it might literally set the sky on fire. This isn't just a history lesson. This is the story of a secret that completely re-engineered our reality, and the question that still haunts us, was it worth it? So, where does a story like this even begin?
Well, not with a bang. Not yet. It starts with a whisper, a discovery, and a very secret letter.
Okay, let's set the stage. Super quick. It really kicks off back in 1895 with the discovery of X-rays, the first time we ever peeked inside the atom. Then you have pioneers like Marie Curie, who just knew there was some unbelievable power locked away in there. But the real game changer was 1938. Scientists in Europe finally cracked the code. They figured out how to split the atom. And just like that, a weapon of unimaginable power wasn't science fiction anymore. It was possible.
And that's where this guy comes in. Albert Einstein. In August 1939, a letter with his name on it lands on President Roosevelt's desk. And the message inside? It was simple, and it was absolutely terrifying. The Nazis were probably trying to build this bomb, a weapon that could literally change the world overnight.
That one letter lit a fire. Behind closed doors, the United States made a decision: we have to build it first, at any cost. They gave this top-secret, world-changing mission a code name, the Manhattan Project. But this was way more than just a science experiment. This was a shadow war, fought in total secrecy, in cities that sprung up from absolutely nowhere. Get this, they brought in over 130,000 people for this one single mission, an entire secret army of the world's best minds and workers, all sworn to silence. But here's the part that really blows my mind. The huge majority of those people, they had no clue what they were actually working on. Can you imagine? You're just a cog in this massive, invisible machine, and all you know is that you're helping to win the war.
They literally built entire cities off the map. You had Oak Ridge, Tennessee, which was basically one gigantic factory for making uranium. Out in the middle of nowhere in Washington, you had Hanford, with these giant reactors making plutonium, one of the most toxic substances known to man. But the nerve center, the real heart of the operation, was Los Alamos, New Mexico, a secret town on top of a mountain where the greatest minds on Earth, led by a guy named J. Robert Oppenheimer, came together to design the device itself.
But even as America was in this frantic race against the Nazis, there was another conspiracy unfolding, a betrayal from the inside that threatened to burn the whole thing down.
This is Klaus Fuchs, a brilliant physicist right there in the inner circle at Los Alamos. He had access to everything, the most sensitive secrets of the project. And the whole time, he was a Soviet spy, feeding the blueprints, the designs, everything, straight to Moscow.
So just think about that. While America is spending billions of dollars and using all this brain power to invent the bomb, the Soviets were essentially reading their notes. They weren't starting from scratch. They had a cheat code to the most dangerous game in human history.
All of it. The science, the secrets, the spies, it all came down to one single moment. A flash of light in the New Mexico desert that would change the world forever.
July 16th, 1945. It's 5:29 in the morning, pitch black. The scientists are out there in the desert and they are terrified. They had this very real fear that the device might not just explode, but that it could actually set fire to the Earth's atmosphere, destroy the whole world. And then the final countdown began. A light brighter than 1,000 suns turned night into day, a wave of heat so intense it instantly turned the desert sand into glass. And as this terrifying, awe-inspiring mushroom cloud climbed into the dawn sky, Oppenheimer, the father of this creation, remembered a line from an ancient Hindu scripture. He knew, in that instant, he'd unleashed something that could never be put back in its box.
In this is the moment the high-stakes thriller ends, and the horrifying reality begins. The weapon wasn't a theory anymore. It was ready.
On August 6, 1945, one bomb fell on Hiroshima. In a flash, 140,000 lives were gone. 3 days later, another fell on Nagasaki, 70,000 more. In total, over 200,000 people, men, women, children, just erased. The race was over.
They had won. But the prize was a world that would now live forever under the shadow of its own annihilation.
And for the scientists who did it, there were no victory parades, only regret. Oppenheimer was haunted for the rest of his life. Einstein, whose letter started it all, condemned his own role in it. They had won the race, sure, but they had lost something fundamental in the process.
You see, this story didn't end in 1945. In a way, it was just the beginning, the dawn of the nuclear age, an age that comes with a warning that never goes away.
Today, 9 countries have the power that was once the most closely guarded secret on the planet. The ability to destroy civilization isn't in just 1 or 2 hands anymore. It's out there.
And when you really think about it, maybe that's the real conspiracy. It wasn't just that they built the bomb in secret, it's that the true cost of living with it, that was hidden from us too.
They built it, we live with it, and we always will.